Hi everyone, and welcome to our fourth entry of the Jun Planning Nightmare Before Christmas figures. Today we're taking a look at Pumpkin King Jack. This is the version that comes with its own special package stamp that says, well, $19.99, special package, limited edition, 2,400 pieces. Now, the reason this guy is out of the box at the beginning of the video is because I noticed when he was in it, he was riddled with twisty ties and little knots and things like that, and I wanted to get him out before the video started just to save myself some time and headache. We will take a look at the box a little bit later on, but first we'll get a few shots of him because he is just really cool to look at. So here he is, Pumpkin King Jack, as he appears inside of his octagon packaging. Now, this is probably my favorite style box in the whole series just because of its unique shape and its big, clear display window in the front. There you can see the concept art of Jack on his horse and the tombstone design that says special package, 2,400 pieces, limited edition. Adds some extra collectability to this figure. Very cool. Now, as you can see, the box just does not quite do this figure justice. He's really tall, around 18 inches, and he's just kind of slumped down in there. He does come like that originally, but even then, he just looks much better displayed outside the box, just like that. Now, unfortunately, these figures don't come with stands, and it really shows with the Jack figures because he's just so lanky and tall that there's no way he can stand up without support. And I'm not sure why the company thought it was a good idea to not include stands, but they didn't. You can, however, display Jack in a coffin box if you're buying one that comes with a coffin box, but with a figure like this, especially as he's a scarecrow, he obviously needs something to keep him standing upright, and he just has nothing. So you've got to either buy your own, or make your own, or get creative because, yeah, well, there you go. He doesn't have a stand. And as cool as he is, this figure probably has the worst paint job I've seen out of all the Jun Planning figures. First of all, the shade of orange used for his pumpkin head is also really faded, as well as he's got these orange spots in his mouth that just don't look very good. Overall, I think the paint job on his head is just kind of sloppy. He does, however, have this really cool gimmick that I want to show you. Now you'll see this big ugly seam running around the bottom of his head, and I thought, that's just a really bad mold making mistake. It looks really bad, but you'll see why it's there in a second. Now the Jun Planning Jack figures actually all have interchangeable heads, which you may or may not know if you own one, but this one does the exact same thing. It's got a little ball down there you can pop a little rubber Jack skeleton head on, but this one is actually cool because if you take the bottom off the pumpkin, you actually get a Jack head underneath. And this is not something that's advertised on the box or anything. You just got to kind of play with it and figure it out for yourself. But this is what it does, and it comes with this really cool exclusive Jack skeleton head that I don't believe you can get with the coffin dolls because I actually have the Jack face collection, which Jun Planning also released, that comes with the whole collection of coffin doll faces, and this is not included in it. So that leads me to believe that this is a head you can get only with this figure in this octagon package. So that's pretty cool. And here is the regular coffin doll Pumpkin King head. As you can see, the paint job is a lot better and it doesn't have the hole in the bottom. And this is the octagon package head, which has that big hole in the bottom for the alternate Jack head. Also has that sloppier paint job. And so what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to pop the regular head onto the doll. And yeah, in the beginning of the video, that's the one I used. So that's why it looks so much better. I wanted it to look good in the close-ups. Now as for the body of the figure, he's got some really cool rubber hands, just like the Snowman Jack and the regular coffin dolls. Ball joint at the wrist, swivel at the elbow, ball joint up at the shoulder. A really nice kind of velvety costume. Some nice movement in the knees and hips. Nothing in the ankles, but he's got plenty of movement in the legs. And it's nice and firm too. No loose joints, which means that you'll be able to pose him in a variety of positions. The sign in the back is fixed to his costume. I know it's not in the coffin dolls, but here you don't have to worry about it getting lost or anything. It's fixed in there. These gem planning figures don't usually come with props, but this one does, and of course it looks really good. It's nicely painted and sculpted. It just looks really cool, wedged into the back of his shirt like that, sticking out. Overall, this guy is really cool, especially on display outside of the box. The fact that his pumpkin head, his original pumpkin head, had some very inaccurate color scheming and just the paintwork in general to it was kind of a letdown, but the fact that it comes with that exclusive jackhead and his really cool costume and the Halloween Town sign and of course that really beautiful octagon box just kind of makes up for it. It would have been nice to get a stand, but that's not really a surprise considering the other figures also don't come with stands, so I'm not going to hold it against this guy in particular. Overall, very impressed. Could have done better on the paint job, but he's still going to make a really impressive addition to any Nightmare collection. Make sure to go check out my other videos. We're taking a look at pretty much every gem planning Nightmare Before Christmas figure over the next few weeks. So stick around, there's much more well on the way. Thanks for watching.